before our very eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
You hear them pads going up. You hear them clicks going up.
704 beats by Alex J.
Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball, we going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option, that mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes. For all they blocks, I'm pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
Anything. Good evening and welcome to Redzone Radio. I'm Kevin Hastings, live on Halloween night. Happy Halloween. We're going to get to the scores and more here in just a few minutes. I want to welcome all of our viewers. Chip will be joining you, and he'll be taking on the whole show tonight as I'm getting you guys introduced to what's going on. We've got games tonight. Burns at Shelby, Crest. We've got two announcers, the Burns announcers and the Shelby announcers. Crest at Kings Mountain, East Rutherford at RS Central, Cherville at Bessemer City, Lake Norman Charter at Lincoln Charter. We're going to that's at Lenore Ryan University. We're going to tune into that here in just a second and get going here on ktcbroadcasting.com. If you're looking at, I'm listening to the other studios, make sure everything's going. Yep, my face is pretty white there. I'm supposed to be a vampire at some point. We're going to see how that goes. Got to put my teeth in and bite Ken before he gets out of here. But welcome to the show, everybody. The black scores are already finals. Those were last night. Northern Land beat Mountain Island 30-21, and Community School of Davison 42-0 over Pine Lake Prep. All right, we're going to send you out to the field right now at Lincoln County for the Lincoln County Game of the Week, where the Lincoln Charter Eagles are hosting Lake Norman Knights up at Lenore Ryan University Knights. We're going to check in on that one. I think it was 14-0 early. Let me check on that, and we're going to go pull that up right here.
The ball back.
Yeah, I think he was just, again, trying to get some kind of spark going there for the Eagles. Broke about 3 tackles until he got down there, and I'm not sure he got punched out. He just tried to make that one extra move and lost it. It is a cooler night. I don't know if that ball is slick, but good job there again by the Knights, taking advantage of that turnover by the Eagles.
So their worst field position of the game, they're starting on their own side of the field.
Their own 46.
Their own 46 is their worst field position.
What are they going to do
here? This is their 4th possession. God, long field, are they going to be able to handle all that? Handoff, Dodson, now fake, kept by Wignott. He goes around the left side. I bid on the fake. And he gets out to the 49-yard line for a gain of 3. First carry by somebody other than Dodson. But he at least touched the ball on the one play, too. So 2nd and 7. Dodson gets it this time, goes through the left side, gets through the first line of defense, brought down by the linebackers. He gets 4 on the play. I'm just going to let the PA announcer say what it is.
Yeah,
we're picking him up pretty good. He's doing fine, despite his wardrobe. And it'll be 3rd and 3. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 21-0, Lake Norman Charter. Pitch goes to Dodson. He's got space out on the right side, gets through the linebackers. It's finally brought down at the 36-yard line after a gain of 12 and a Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Little option look there.
Yeah, they kind of put a little wingback tight end look because he's got a pretty good size there at number 80. There's Wozniak again on this side of the ball. Did a good job of blocking. He just went right around that last guy in the line of scrimmage for the Eagles, and that's what the pitch man pitched off of.
Dodson takes the handoff, goes around the left side, gets inside one tackler, gets across the 30, down to the 27-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 9, and he's just short of the first down. It's going to be a really short, it might be a short one even. The second down marker is not very far from the line to gain. Needs to get to the 26. Looks like it's about the 26 and a half. Man in motion, switch the tight end to the other side. Snap, Wignott back, looks. He's got Dodson out in the flat. Nope, he's got another one downfield. Catch is made by number 12, Devin Chu.
The running back going to go deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's called at the 12, all the way in for the touchdown. Michael Edwards on the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown.
And we talked about, again, Paul, for about the 5th straight week, the Crest Chargers get off to a fast start. Let's see if they can maintain it tonight. But what a great job. 48-yard touchdown pass from Hamrick to Michael Edwards. And Edwards broke away from his defender, and he headed right into the end zone to make it a 6-0 lead at the 10-11 mark of this first quarter. And here's Carson Greer with the extra point attempt. There's a snap. It's down. Kick is up, and it is good. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region on the Falmouth Electric Scoreboard. It's Crest 7, Kings Mountain nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com, and we're back in 60 seconds.
Offside against Shelby. So their second Putnam Distributors penalty of the game. And that'll again make it 1st and 5 for Burns.
Yeah, so Burns is benefiting from the Shelby miscues early here. All right, filling in for Munger's got Nate Wilson over at right tackle, so good to see him get on the O-line some.
So Dixon in the gun, and he'll give it to Davis, and Davis hit the backfield but bounces off. He's got 5. He's still on his feet. A flag down, 30 to 25. I think Davis saw the flag down and just went out of bounds. Probably going to have a hold here. So he took it from the 44 to the 26. That'd be an 18-yard gain. It's going to be wiped out.
Yeah, it was a good run. Otherwise, Max Davis around the left side, a little sweep action. But as you said, it's probably coming back. Man, that's a tough one there.
So let's see. It's a hold, but it's downfield. So the ball was originally at the 44. Ball back to the 44. So I think the penalty was exactly 10 yards downfield. So it's a wash.
Yeah, so we'll do it over again.
So we'll do it over again, 1st and 5. So it's just like the backyard do-over. Got a timeout, so we'll take it with them. Your scoreboard, right, Drury, 7-0. Shelby on top. We'll be right back.
Up dirt, but in a game like this, you can't let those things happen.
It would have been 4th and 14.
Exactly. That had to East Rutherford. They got to rein that in, Coach, because that's going to end up. Yep, that's one apiece. It wasn't as big as the one that happened a while ago on that 3rd down, but
well,
that's going to give them a lot better position.
The emotions, of course, starting out, but now it's time to reel them in and start playing football.
Absolutely. So here we go with a David Norris, District Attorney, first down for the Hilltoppers. Yeah, we do them both ways tonight, Coach.
That's right. Home team both ways.
So here we go. We've got Little John back, and he keeps the ball around the right side, and he gets enough, it looks like, for another.
That should be a David Norris for District Attorney first down, no question.
Yes, sir. That's going to move the sticks. There we go. That brings the ball all the way out to the 48-yard line of the Hilltoppers.
Running that little zone read.
Good-looking play.
It was.
Hilltoppers take over, and Little John is back at shotgun. Is that Guzman that's offset to the left. And the ball is on the ground. It's rolling forward, and I believe that's a Cavalier recovery.
That will be.
That was recovered by number 4 for the Cavaliers, Eli Roof. And the ball got away from Little John on the snap.
Hit him in the knee.
It hit him, his body, and it rolled away from him, and it just kept rolling because it had so much momentum. Because he was running forward.
Right, he was.
Which that might not have been.
That was going to be a quarterback draw is what it's going to be. But that makes it a David Norris for District Attorney first down for East Rutherford on the 47-yard line.
Yes, sir. So as the Cavaliers take over, that's the last thing that the Hilltoppers needed to have happen.
Yes, they were moving.
So we got double splits, H-back to the left, and we have Pinkerton all set to the right. Flynn takes the snap. He hands it to Pinkerton over the right side, and it looks like a huge scrum over there, Coach. They carry it all the way out near the 50-yard line. Depending on where the spot is, I think they're going to mark it on the 50. So that should be a pickup of 3, and that'd bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Cavaliers.
If they have the scrum, East is going to win that most of the time. So RS is going to make sure they take their legs out.
They're not as big as what they were last year.
No.
But they're still not small.
Right. They're very quick and strong.
Yes. So here we go. Flynn rolls to his right. He's preparing to pass, and he does throw the ball completed to number 1. That's Matthew Pinkerton, and he has a first down there.
That will be another David Norris for District Attorney
And there's a
first
flag
down.
on the play, Coach.
All right.
And that is
a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. It must be a little talking after the play's over with each time.
Well, it's so jumbled up. It was right on the sidelines, and the ball and the flag came flying right where the tackle was made. So I really don't know what it was. It's kind of concealed for us. We have 6:54 remaining in the Maple Bledo first quarter with the Raymond James scoreboard, 7 for the Cavaliers and 0 for the Hilltoppers.
They're going to go back to Gamble. He breaks away from the initial tackle, won't get away from the second one down at the 18. Actually, will lose about a half a yard.
Good defense that time by the Mountaineers. Had several guys in there, including Baum. I know you had a pregame interview. Due to our technical issues, weren't able to hear it with head coach Greg Lloyd, but I know he talked about getting back to being refocused tonight in this game.
He really did. They've worked hard this week. He did say that the rain kept them from doing their full preparation like they would like, but so far so good for Crest. Second down and 11. Quarterback fakes to Gamble, passes out in the flat. He's got Romeo Sanders along the Kings Mountain sideline. Looks like he's going to take it inside the 10.
Let's make sure that was Sanders on the catch. That was Sanders. He was our Big E player to watch tonight, Paul.
That was a good choice, Tim. Appreciate you doing that while I was getting some
equipment. It's going to be 3rd and 1. The ball's going to be spotted at the 9-yard line. So Chris, you talked about yards, Paul. Yards were at a premium there late last Friday night. 3rd and 1 from the Mountaineer 9.
You want some good blocking here. Let's see what they're going to do. Eli Hammer got a quarterback keeper. He finds a hole. Is he going to find the end zone?
He is right at it.
Man, he is very close. He appears to be down at the 1-yard line.
So it will be 1st and goal from the 1. And this is the area last week, Paul, that Crest, as we talked about, remember they had 2 timeouts left. They would have loved to have had one more that they get with about 3 seconds left last week. But 7-0 lead, 1st and goal on the verge of trying to make this a 2-possession lead early for the Chargers.
They'll have Malachi Gamble, the one running back behind the QB, but it'll be the QB straight ahead behind his center pushing. And in for the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. Come play on their 100 acres of woods. They've got 2 18-hole courses, and Tim, the Chargers are now up 13-0.
Great start for the Chargers. Got the early score, good defense, including the big interception. Turning turnovers into points. It's always a good thing. And here comes Carson Greer to see if he can make this a early 14-point lead for the Chargers at the 5:44 mark. Here comes the snap. Snap is down. Greer's kick is up, and it is perfect. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric, Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 14, Kings Mountain nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com, and we're back in 60 seconds.
There's nothing like free service. Now that's hard to believe, unless you get free service.
Three, and it's already 2nd and 13. Now 2nd and 28. All the way back at the Shelby 37-yard line. You got to get to the 9.
I have no idea. I mean, it had to be that somebody said something where the official, I mean, like maybe to the official. That's unusual, Brent.
Yeah, it is. Bulldogs. Drew Dixon back in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun, but a 2nd and 28. Again at the Shelby 37. It'll be a handoff, and right away.
Nothing going on the handoff. In fact, that might be another 1-yard loss.
Yep, trying to get the number. That was 55. Malachi Hopper getting in there.
Now it looks like Shelby's going to take out one of those linebackers and bring in a defensive back as.
So Dawkins loses another yard, and we're talking 3rd and 29.
So Brooks is out and Calvin Ramsewer is in. So that's a corner for a linebacker.
Kieran Thurman in at one corner, and Dixon in the shotgun. Now he looks to the sideline. 10 on the play clock. Now they change formations. They got 3 receivers left. And they're going to throw it out, and this could be a double pass. And Wells is going to throw it, and he's got him in, and it's through the hands.
His hands. Oh, my goodness. It was a beautiful pass. Beautiful. And that pass was by Romello Wells, and it was a nice pass. And the receiver had snuck behind. I think that's a word, snuck. Yeah. He had gotten behind the secondary, and it just went through his hands.
Yeah, for a minute it looked like it was going to be overthrown, but there was just enough under it that it was a perfect pass, and it literally split his hands. Incomplete. Now, it was kind of a diving attempt in the end zone, but that would have been a heck of a play for the Bulldogs. Instead, it's 4th and 29, and I believe...
I think Burns was looking to maybe go for it, but they've gone into punt formation, and Shelby doesn't even have anybody back.
And that is punted. It bounces at the Shelby 19. It takes a Burns bounce to about the 16-yard line. Was that Dixon on the punt? I believe it was.
I think it was. That'll be a 22-yard punt, no return.
So Golden Lions take over at about their 16-yard line, but defense holds, but you could almost blame it on Burns shooting themselves in the foot with a 15-yard penalty there.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Again, Shelby leads 7-0 on your Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Ball at the 47 of Shelby. 4 for 4 now for Farmer to 3 different receivers. And Shelby having trouble getting set here. Now with 9 on the play clock, they'll call Land Farmer, will call his own number. Stiff arm, he's across the 50, 40, and down to about the 35 of the Bulldogs for he's forced out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of about 18.
And yet another gutter guard of Kings Mountain first down.
And I tell you, you do that every once in a while, and it just keeps the defense honest.
You better believe it.
And he faked that to Woods and then kept it around the right side. And, he's not easy to tackle. Land Farmer is a load, about 230 pounds of quarterback coming at you. 1st and 10 at the Burns 35, and it will be a handoff to Woods. He breaks the first tackle, breaks another, bounces it to the outside. He's in the clear again. He's at the 25-20, cuts back, flag down.
They're going to get a holding penalty.
It's going to be one of those 10, 11 yards downfield holding penalties.
So Shelby's going to get a yard out of it, but, yeah. And, what happened is there was a really nice block by one of the outside receivers, But by the time I saw him, his feet had stopped. And if your feet stop, it makes it easy to see you've grabbed jersey. It was a great block, but he had to hold that block for forever. Brent, how about if I told you that there's a first quarter score from Kings Mountain and it's Crest 20, Kings Mountain 0?
Well, I would say that's a little bit of a shock. But coming off a loss last week, the Chargers mean business, it sounds like.
So.
10-yard penalties marked off. So it's an 11-yard run for Woods, and a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 9 from the Burns 34. Now, 2 running backs set with J.J. Williams, and they're going to do a crisscross. They're going to throw it to Williams out of the backfield. He's got the catch. He's inside the 30 to about the 27. Nice pickup.
It's going to be a 7-yard gain. And, I'm seeing more and more college teams run that very same play. You got a back to the left, the quarterback. He runs in front of the quarterback. Quarterback fakes and then rolls with him. And quarterback can run it or make about a 3-yard pass to a guy that's pretty open. And that's a nice play. And like I say, I've seen a lot of college and some pro teams run that now, Brent.
2nd down and 2 after the gain of 7. And now Farmer 5 for 5 here in the first quarter. 2:15 to go on your first quarter clock. And they're going to fake it and they'll throw it to the left. It's complete to Roseboro. He's got the first down and then some. He's inside the 20 or right to the 20. That's a pickup of about 7.
And yet another gutter guard of Kings Mountain first down. That is the 7th first down for the Golden Lions, and we are down to just outside of 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Shelby leads 7-0, trying to add to that lead.
Is that 7 first downs for the Golden Lions?
It is 7 first downs, and it is 4 passing, 3 running.
That's a lot of first downs because a lot of times Shelby will just hit the big play. But they've put 2 good drives together now. 1st and 10. Hand off to Woods.
Not much there.
No, he was patient and he let the blocks go, but he got really just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
But you know what? A lot of times those 9th graders, they'll try to run it outside and they'll lose ground and lose yardage. He's done a really nice job of taking the yards that are there.
Yep. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Burns 20, and nobody's out here on Man Collins. I don't know if Burns realizes that.
They don't.
And he's going to throw it to Collins, and Collins catches it for the touchdown. There was no defender on him. And it's a 20-yard touchdown pass as Farmer he almost underthrew it.
Yeah.
Collins had to catch it low. There was a little extracurricular activity, no penalty called, but somehow Man Collins goes uncovered. 20 yards for the touchdown, and Shelby leads 13-0 on your No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 1:08 to go here in the first quarter, and that's going to bring in Matt Grenier for another Hojo Power Sports of Shelby point after touchdown. Brett Morgan, your Shrine Bowler, to snap. Man Collins on the hold. And flag comes out before the snap. Offsides on the Bulldogs. Now, Jeff, you noticed they got some pressure from that right or left side.
I tell you what, Shelby says, let's try for 2.
All right, so in comes the heavy package. They'll move it down to the 1.5. And in comes Land Farmer along with Dominique Woody, Landon Hollifield, and looks like Boone Weiss out there. Nope, that's Grady Nodine, excuse me. And Farmer's going to run right behind Nodine into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Shelby takes a 15-0 lead on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky.
Cat formation, takes the snap to McElhaney, cuts it back. He has room. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, and he's going to be brought down at about the 35 in jacket territory, which is going to be another Medical Center Pharmacy first down.
I've had about a 30-yard run that time. Pick up the first down for the Ironman. Ball's going to be on the left hash. They're spotting it at the 29. At the 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
Same formation for the Ironman. McElhaney, he cuts. He has a little room over the left side. Good gain after running through some traffic, and that's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards. bringing up 2nd and 3.
Braden Jones, sophomore, in on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. Yeah, the clock is running down. We're down to 10 seconds. The clock is running. I think we've seen the last play of the first quarter.
All right.
So the Noma Lucky Mr. Sparky of Cherryville Scoreboard is Cherryville 7, Vesper City 6. We'll be right back.
Before you head out on that hunting trip, head first to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Just arrived a new shipment of Knockfix thermals.
Caught. See here, is that Tysinger working his way to the right, crossed the 20. Dropped at the 27-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Burns there with 1 minute exactly left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Tysinger tried to take it across field there. Got a few yards there. So, like I say, showed signs last drive. Was able to move the ball downfield a little bit, and we do have Max Davis back out on the field. I did see them taping up his ankle over on the sideline, so cross your fingers, let's hope.
I think it's Wells.
Wells in at QB. Yeah. Dixon wide out left at wide receiver.
Okay, so Wells with Davis back there. And Wells claps the hands, has the football, low snap, picks it up, and he's through a crease. Makes something out of what looked to be a disaster as he picked it up off the ground and gained 7.
Yeah, not a bad run there, Romello Wells.
So he's got 3 carries for 30 yards. So Wells has been pretty effective, and that's sets up second and manageable, second down. That's a penalty. Nope. So that's coming back. Just take that one off the board. Holding against the Bulldogs, didn't see it, so that's the third penalty against Burns. So there are 3 penalties, and it's cost them 30 yards. And I'm going to tell you what, man, it's just they can't afford to do that tonight. Ball back to the 18. So, yep, that's from the 27 to the 18. So first down and 18. So that's going to net 2 yards for Wells.
Again, same formation. Davis in the backfield. Wells at shotgun, and Drew Dixon wide receiver.
So Wells sends a man in motion. That's Usry again. Has the football, tries the right side, hit, stumbles forward, got positive yardage, maybe 4. It'll set up second and 14.
Looked like a little option play. Had Davis cutting around right. Almost looked like he was ready to try to pitch it off maybe. But.
Right, second down and long, and behind the sticks. You know, penalties getting Burns behind the sticks. They're going to let the clock run out. So first quarter ends, Shelby 15, Burns nothing. We'll be right back. You're listening to Burns Football, brought to you by West End Sales.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk-in Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com. Gutter Guys in Kings Mountain is celebrating 20 years in business. Gutter Guys is the Carolinas' local leader in the gutter and roofing industry. Their team specializes in metal and shingle roofing and seamless gutter solutions tailored to enhance your home or business. Did you know that gutters that aren't cleaned at least
hands off to Guzman, and he takes it around the right side. He carries that ball all the way inside of the original line of scrimmage where they had gotten the first down. So that's going to be about the 31-yard line he got to, which
36.
is going to, 36. I'm sorry. Well, actually, they're marking it on the 37, so that's going to be a third. Should be a third down.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 here. So they are at least in striking distance. And
2-down situation.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if you can get half of it right here, then you're in pretty good shape for 4th down try.
You got about a third of it.
Yeah, so that brings up a little bit of a situation. what do you do here, Coach? Do you go ahead and go for it right here, or do you try to pin them back deep? With 6 seconds, I think that's going to let it go out in the Maple Toledo first quarter. And when that does end right there, we'll come back with the second quarter, Maple Toledo second quarter on Raymond James Scoreboard. We're all knotted up at 7 with the Hilltoppers and the Cavaliers clashing with a big fourth down play.
The haunted pyramids. Bring your crew to the haunted pyramids in Lawndale. Professional Hollywood special effects, 5 attractions and escape room. Last chance this Friday, Halloween night, and Saturday, 7:30 to midnight. Appearing in person this weekend is horror movie star Robert Mutes from House of a Thousand Corpse. The haunted pyramids, 2745 Tony Road, Lawndale, North Carolina.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football here at the Palace with Rick and Randy on WAGY 107.5 FM and KTC Broadcasting, as we're all tied up on the Raymond James Scoreboard with 7 for the Cavaliers and 7 for the Hilltoppers, as the Hilltoppers have a big fourth down that's coming up with a 4th and 7 for the Hilltoppers.
You need to, before they get back out here, you need to remember we're going to give away the 4 more tickets to the Scary Haunted House Pyramids in Lawndale. We'll give out a number at halftime. The first caller will win all 4 tickets. So listen at halftime, and we'll give out 4 tickets.
And that'll
to the
be open
Pyramids.
tomorrow night, too.
Tomorrow night. Last night it's open, yes.
Last night. So here we go. We got a 3-back set. They're all set to the left. Little John back. He takes the ball. He's back prepared to throw, and he's being chased to the left, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds. And I don't see any flags because I have to scan this field.
That's showing
to make sure.
Be a turnover on downs.
Yep.
That'll be a David Norris for district attorney first down.
Depending on where they're marking, it looks like they're going to mark it at the Cavalier 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's had too many Cavaliers for him to be able to run around.
Yeah, they actually he got outside them, but they actually had a good pursuit angle to force him to the sideline. He couldn't make the corner.
Right.
Couldn't make the corner on him. So that does turn it over on downs with the score still tied on the Raymond James Scoreboard. It's 7-7 as the Cavaliers take over. This has been the kind of ball game that we said that it could be.
Right.
And unfortunately, both sides have been making those mistakes that we feared that
Get rid of the
one
mistakes.
would
That's
make.
it. Mental mistakes. That's penalties and other things. Get rid of
Yes.
mental mistakes.
Flynn back. He takes a snap. He hands off to Pinkerton to the right side, and he bounces it outside, which we talked a lot about. That's probably what they would do, but it seems like the Hilltoppers have been prepared for that. But he did pick up, appeared to be 3 yards, and so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the defense is looking fairly sound right now. I mean, play here, there.
Yes.
Pinkerton's going to break a play somewhere.
Oh,
I mean, and that's one thing.
You know that's going to
That's one thing Jim Ryan talks to me about. He says we know he's going. We just got to stop him from breaking many
Well, he's
plays.
had a couple of big runs already. It's just not been an 80-yarder. So here we go. That's number 6 who is back there to take the correct snap, and
now.
he is running it and bouncing. He's trying to get to the outside, and he did get to the outside, but there were enough Hilltoppers to run him out short of the sticks, and that was Zeke Wingo. I ought to remember that, Coach, as many times as he's done that.
Right.
Wingo carries it. Looks like to be, well, they're going to mark it.
They're going to mark him at the
Mark it
48,
as
Coach.
I know. I thought he went out of bounds about a yard short.
I did too, but they're going to give him the first down, so that's going to be a David Norris for district attorney first down.
That goes to show you how good my eyes are. Not very good. So Cavaliers are in business here with a slot to the right. No split. They got H-back to the left, and I think that's Airwood is the H-back. The ball's back, and it's Wingo hands it off, and they carry the ball up across the 50-yard line, but I think they're going to mark it on the 50. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Cavaliers. Flynn comes back into the game. I wonder if that is actually a situation that they have game plan for, or if that's something wrong with Flynn.
I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't appear to have anything wrong with him.
It could be 2 running backs back there by doing that.
Yep, yep, you're right. H-back to the right. And now Flynn's back prepared to throw, and he is having to take it and run it himself because there was no one to throw to. Everybody was covered pretty tight.
Great running, though, and he brings it up to about 2 yards short of the first down.
So let's see.
We got a holding call. We got a Carolina Auto Finance penalty back here. It's holding against East Rutherford.
So we're going to mark it back 10 yards from the spot. Looks like it goes back to the line of scrimmage is where he's going to mark it from. Yeah.
Well, he did.
So,
yeah, he did. Yep.
So that takes it all the way back inside the 40-yard line of the Cavaliers, and that's going to bring up, it looks like is that a 2nd and 18?
Yes, sir.
So Flynn is back, takes snap, and
Should
he
have been third
fakes it
down,
to
though, Coach,
Pinkerton.
wasn't it?
And that ball is thrown, but it is incomplete. It's thrown. He threw it just a little bit behind Jackson.
Why was that not third down? You had
I guess because of the penalty.
They got the first down on the second run. I
Yeah.
forgot, Coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I can't count today.
So that's bringing up a third down now in 18. For the Cavaliers, makes it tough. Like I say, I've seen them pick up that kind of yardage before.
Oh, definitely. That and more.
So we got a slot to the left, wide split to the right, two-back set, back going in motion, Pinkerton, and it appeared that he was going to throw a screen, but he throws it a screen back to Airwood, who carries the ball all the way inside the 40-yard line of the Hilltoppers, and that appears to be a first down, Coach.
It is definitely. It's going to be about inside the 40. So
and I said appears because I wanted to make sure there wasn't a flag on the field.
Well, they're marking it down as a David Narsford District Attorney first down.
So that's going to put the Cavaliers in business, and they have a two-back set with Pinkerton offset to the right. I can't make that other number out to the left as Flynn is set to take it. I'm sorry, that's Pinkerton to the left, and 22 for the Cavaliers is Jason Airwood.
Yeah. They just have a Carolina Finance penalty. The lineman had their hand down and raised their hand back up to watch the coach. So that's
illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure against them 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now.
Both of these teams are snake biting themselves. I'm telling you.
I mean, the score could have been 28 each.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
just because the good offense they've had going on.
Absolutely, but they've negated it by all the penalties that they've had.
Are they going to get playoff in time?
Only 7 seconds remaining on the play clock. And Jackson goes in motion, getting down to 1, and he does get it off. It's straight to Airwood, who takes it around the left side. And if he stayed in bounds, it appears to be another first down, Coach.
It's going to be. The ball's going to be marked on.
The ball carrier, no down on the stop for Shelby. Gain is good to the 1. 2nd and goal.
It was Dixon, right?
Yes, I think it was. Again, it is so hard to see those numbers.
So 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line.
Now Davis is in.
And Burns isn't sure. All right, Wells
is
I think it's Wells at quarterback, and Wells is going to take it in for the touchdown.
Wells is in for the touchdown.
That's a 1-yard touchdown run, and Bulldogs back within 9, and see if they're going to kick this. It looks like they're going to bring the kicking unit in. What a drive. Shelby hasn't touched the ball since 1:08 was left in the first quarter, and there's 5:20 to go in the second.
Yeah, great drive.
Yeah, he couldn't have scripted that one much better. And Burns will kick this one. Snap a little bit low. Hold was good. Kicks up and through. Your score 15-7. Shelby, 5:20 to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
If you've been considering the purchase of a brand new refrigerator, now's the time.
And also in on that was Gabriel McSwain as well as Jordan Gill. They were all in hot pursuit. Chastain was able to get the ball away, though. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 15 on the 27-yard line.
Yes, sir. That's correct, Brian. 4 for 15, 7:41 left on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Now,
with the ball on about the, what'd you say there, Brian?
It says 27.
27, okay. All right, Jackets come out. 3 wide receivers spread to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback Chastain in the backfield by himself, takes the snap. He's looking, spreads to the right. He cuts back. He throws it. He's got one wide open in the middle. He cuts back. And that is going to be a Medical Center Pharmacy first down.
Okay.
Let's see if it is a first down.
Keon Smith, again, the intended receiver, and he made the catch. Nice job that time by Chastain. Gavin found him where he was supposed to be and made the completion, and that is a first down. And it's first and goal, the ball being placed on the 7-yard line. So it's first and goal for the Yellow Jackets going in, and they trail Cherville by a score of 13-6. I thought we got an extra point, but maybe we didn't. 13-6 is what the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard says.
Chastain takes the snap on the goal line. Quarterback sneak.
That they're getting a little chippy now. And yeah, we've got some hard hits being laid out there. Elijah Proctor and Walt McCoy having a discussion in the secondary, but everything's good. Everything's all right. It's still first and goal. I mean.
Yeah, well, I think, let's see what we got here.
They didn't call it. There's not a flag. Oh, I guess there is.
So we got 2 penalties here offsetting.
Yep.
So we'll run that down back.
So the ball's on the 7. It's first and goal from the 7. No, it's the second. I'm sorry, it's second and goal. It should be second down, yeah, because those are offsetting penalties on the first down. So it's second down and goal from the 7.
All right.
Ball on the right hash.
Shotgun formation for the Jackets. 1 in the backfield, no wide receivers. They take the snap, throw it out to the right to number 1, and that is going to be a John Brown All-State touchdown by the Jackets for a small shovel pass to Keon Smith.
Keon Smith with the play, and tell you what, Chastain did a great job of staying with him. He started to toss it, pulled it back, and then he tossed. Then he said, "Yeah, I'm going to toss it to him." Great job by Keon Smith as well as Chastain. So that makes the score 13-12 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And Bessemer City is calling for more. Boy, they're saying they don't have enough players out there. This happened last time on their PAT, on their Gutter Guys PAT. So they're lining up. They're going for 2.
All right.
And it looks like they called timeout.
Yeah, I think they had too many players on the field, but we'll come back right after this message.
It's time to close that pool. Get it done right.
Feaster with the catch. He just came out of almost like a tight end position and was wide open downfield. Great play call by the Mountaineers, and certainly their best drive of the game. They're going to spot this one all the way inside the 30 to the Crest 28 as the Mountaineers down 35-0, looking to get some points on the board as we're getting about 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Lathan Feimster, by the way, caught that ball just a moment ago, the senior for this team. And they have got their 4th Nipovito first down of the game. They've had 3 in a row, and they have not done that until this point. The Mountaineers will go back to the run, and the handoff to Camp And that is going to be a gain.
No, he's actually going to lose. Yeah, he's going to lose a yard on that one. Good pursuit by the Chargers. Looked like they might have brought a little blitz in linebacker position that time. And 2nd 11 from the Crest 29-yard line.
If you're just tuning in, the clock is running, 7:35 to go until halftime. And listen to this. This might shock you a little bit. The score is Crest 35-0 over Kings Mountain.
We know one thing, Paul, that if the Chargers are able to keep this lead in great shape of doing so, they would they'd get a bye next Friday night, and they would host a round 2 opponent in round 2 of the 5A West Playoffs 2 weeks from tonight.
Ball wants to go to the air. He's going towards the end zone. Texas there. He's in tight coverage. Incomplete. And the Kings Mountain fans wanted interference in the end zone.
They probably got an argument on that one, Paul, because he may have grabbed him but didn't call it. You're talking about a battle there. Walton going against Vaughn. And the Kings Mountain coaching staff not happy on that one, Paul. Felt like he grabbed his arm while the ball was in the air. It's 3rd and 11.
Well, this is one thing I got to say, which is different than some of the other games we've seen this season. The officials are really letting these guys play.
Yeah, and, sometimes you get later in the year, you see that sometimes. But, we've seen some calls that hadn't been called, some that should have been called. Maybe that one should have been. But they were going at it, so it's 3rd and 11.
Kings Mountain needs a big play here to keep their offense on the field. They're down so big. I'm assuming they'll go for it on point. Going deep downfield. Nobody for Kings Mountain is there. Incomplete.
Well, great pressure as well. And Eli Black was one of the young men that was putting pressure on Bell. And I don't think you got much of a choice here, Paul. 4th and 11, you got to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, the only.
For all those PATs.
Hey, yes, sir.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And so Bessemer gets ready to kick off. And Gerald will line up again, and the kicker, Kendall Ray, I believe is who that is. And
Squib kick up the middle once again. Dalton lays on it.
That was,
44.
44. It must be Davin, because we don't have a 44. We have 45. I think that was Davin Big.
All right.
But hey, did a smart thing, covered it up, take it right there, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 34-yard line. So we got a timeout.
Injury timeout. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be right back after this message.
Tonight, but you've got to get points, and you got to do it right now. 35-0, Crest on top. Triple receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Kings Mountain lining up with a new set of downs. They'll go back to camp. He busts off the initial tackle, and he looks to be down at about the 17, maybe 16-yard line.
They got a couple yards. Stowe made the tackle for the Chargers. The Mountaineers, Paul, projected as of if the spots would have started out, they would have been the 7th seed in the 6A West. If things hold as is tonight and they're not able to make a tremendous comeback, they could be here, but they may have to play next Friday night.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how that all plays out when they announce the playoffs over the weekend, of course.
All 3rd quarter, Ashbrook up just 9-0 on Hunter Huss. So we wondered about that, and that's a rivalry. So sometimes you can throw the record books out, but up 9-0. And we've got to stop it to play, and somebody has called a timeout, and it is the Mountaineers.
They sure have.
Actually, the Chargers, excuse me.
Crest will take the timeout. We'll take it as well on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Crest 35, Kings Mountain nothing. Late in the 2nd quarter. We'll step away on KTC Broadcasting for this 30-second break.
Continues to run 150 and counting at a pretty rapidly moving first half, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams churn out some time on offense for sure.
So Farmer, well, he doesn't throw incompletions.
Yep.
Going to take it, quarterback power, right side. Met, bounces off, falls forward, in for the touchdown. 3-yard touchdown by Farmer, and it's 21-7 Shelby.
I tell you, Porter got a lick on him right at the line of scrimmage, but he just kind of spun off of it and just dove his way across for the touchdown.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays. Drive ends with 1:30 left to go. So they had it just a little less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 50 seconds on that drive. And on the go, quick lube extra point. After that numbers bookkeeping touchdown by Griner. Attempting to make this 22-7, and Burns only has 1:30 to work with when they get the football back. Snap back, good kick. And Shelby extends the lead, 22-7 on your Wright's Jewelry scoreboard. You're listening to Burns Football, brought to you by West End Sales.
Bring up 4th down for the Ironman.
Looks like Elijah Proctor did come up with the fumble. That ball was out there in the open for seemed like an eternity.
Yes, it was.
All the fans saw it. None of the players saw it, and it took like 3 seconds for anybody to see it.
I haven't seen a ball laid on the ground in the open like that
exactly.
in a long time.
All the fans could see it, and they were all yelling, but the players couldn't.
Ironman now looking to punt. Decent punt. And it's going to be down
on the 38, looks like.
The punt is down at the 38-yard line, where your Yellow Jackets will start this drive 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and some change remaining in the first half.
Ball's going to be spotted in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like what we expected, ladies and gentlemen. These two rivals in this rivalry. It's a 1-point game. Cherryville leading 13-12 on the No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky of Cherryville scoreboard.
Jackets come out. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for the Jackets. They hand off to the right. And he's going to be brought down. That looks like that may be a medical center pharmacy first down for the Jackets.
He will find 10 yards. Ending up for another Yellow Jacket.
C.J. Hill there on the carry. No, check that. That was Jaden Owens. It was 0, not 8. Jaden Owens on the carry. First down. That was a big run right there.
Mm-hmm.
Coming
First
up on
down for the Jackets.
Coming up on 3 minutes left.
3 minutes on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard. Handoff up the middle once again. He's got a little room. He's going to be brought down after about a maybe 5-yard gain there.
He'll find about 6 yards. They ran 2nd down and 4 for the Jackets.
This is
shotgun formation once again.
This big play right here for Cherryville. If the defense can stop them right here, they got a chance to
hand it off up the middle once again.
Oh, nice!
They do stop him short.
Nice. It's going
up 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and probably 2.
Jaden Owens with the carry. He'll find about 2 more yards up the middle. That'll bring us 3rd down and 2 for the Jackets.
Look like Jordan Gill and Kerrigan were in on the tackle. 3rd and 2 from the 46-yard line, the positive 46 for the Yellow Jackets. This is a big play. Clock is running down to 2 minutes.
2 minutes on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard. Jackets, shotgun formation. Chastain takes a snap, hands it off around the side. He's got a little bit of space. He's going to be brought down short of the first down. Good defense by the Ironman there.
Landry Pruitt, number 9, in on the tackle. Good job. Landry would not let him get around the corner and kept pushing him to the sideline and made the tackle. He did gain a couple of yards. It's 4th down and a short yard. 4th and short yard for the first down. Ball's on the right hash on the 43-yard line. The positive 43 again for the Yellow Jackets as the clock runs down. 1 minute and 15 seconds left.
Take the snap, handoff up the middle. He's got a lot of room, and the Jackets will get that first down right there. Can't see it out. I can't see.
Jalen Newton on the carry. Nice job right there by the Bessemer City line.
They get back on the ball.
And he kills the clock.
Stop the clock. 54 seconds remaining.
All right.
So
54 seconds left on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
And he just downed the ball to stop the clock.
Still second down for the Jackets.
Yep, 2nd and 10. From his 35 right hash. Cherville in a halves secondary with Proctor and
Jackets
Dalton.
take the snap. He's looking. He's still looking. He's got plenty of time. Now he takes off run. Now he throws. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Jackets.
Wow.
Big touchdown for the Jackets.
Big play by Chastain. Walt McCoy on the receiving end. Nice job by the Yellow Jackets. I tell you what, Chastain just did a great job of avoiding the defenders and scrambling and giving his receivers time to get clear, and that's exactly what happened. So Walt McCoy on the receiving end, that was a great play by Bessemer City. So now they're going to go for two for the Gutter Guys PAT.
All right, shotgun formation for the Jackets. They hand off up the middle. As he got room, he pushes, and they get the 2-point conversion, giving the lead 20-13 lead over the Ironmen with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left on your No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We'll come back right after this message.
Taking what you love.
Maybe gets a yard.
Yeah, looked like they were maybe trying to run some sort of option, but he just kind of kept it and tried to get by number 24 for the Knights, Colton Clark, but a good tackle.
For some reason, that name sounds familiar, but I couldn't figure out why.
Is there a Colton Clark on another, or a Colton? And might be the same name on a different team, like West Lincoln or somebody.
Maybe that's what it is. Pass out in the flat. It's a little too tall. Tried to lead. Drazen Mayfield was the intended receiver. It falls incomplete. Again, just throwing it a little high when he doesn't really need to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he thought Mayfield would have kept running. Mayfield kind of broke out and then stopped. So you're wondering if Holden's thinking he's going to keep running. Wald's going to keep running. That's why he's throwing it, because that's been 2 or 3 times tonight that he's done that.
Yes. Inside 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, Lincoln County High School football is brought to you by our title sponsor, Bugbusters of Lincolnton. And it's third down.
Got a flag. I don't know if somebody's lined up offside or what.
I'm not sure what that's about. Yes. Good call there. 5-yard penalty against Lake Norman Charter. And that makes it third and somewhat manageable, a short 5 yards.
Walden's kind of, not sure he's exactly 100%, kind of keeps grabbing his right hip.
Man in motion, handoff goes to Benton. He's actually got room. Gets across the 10, across the 20-yard line, out to the 22. And that'll be Turner Hauser Insurance first down. I had to remember the sponsor because I haven't said it for them much tonight since the first drive. So positive yardage for Benton there for once. Not his fault.
Yeah, I thought he was going to run into 54 Casey again. It looked like I swear I was like, I just saw that the first half. But he cut it up, so a good run there, good gain, and a first down for the Eagles.
19-yard gain. Walden back, pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. Walden and Benton are looking at each other. I'm wondering.
To the 40 of Kings Mountain, 35-30, 25-20, inside the 10.
Oh, what a
and
shot he
nasty hit at the 4-yard line.
Oh,
He
my
goes
word.
down.
I hope everybody's all right after that collision. There's flags everywhere as well. There may have been a block in the back, but that is turnover number 4, and 3 of them have been by way of the interception, and Paul, a couple of them by the D1 All-Staters, and Lyric Pettis and Pluto Surratt. That ball was a little bit overthrown from Bell.
Yeah.
But a lot to figure out because there's laundry all over the field right now.
Kings Mountain, Tim, is now responsible for 3 interceptions and 1 fumble in this game.
Yeah, we talked about the South Point win. The Raiders turned the ball over 4 times. The Mountaineers already in the first half 4. A low block below the knees that time. It's going to move this 15 yards from where the infraction occurred, so this will move it all the way back to the Mountaineer 42-yard line. But Crest still got 110 to work with. And remember, Paul, they scored on all 6 possessions. A minute 10 is a long time with this offense.
When I look back at my I do a sheet where the ball is
starting field position.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least different times that Crest starts on Kings Mountain side of the field.
You can't do that if you're the Mountaineers.
Yeah, Crest is doing the damage on their own, and then the turnovers are just helping. Eli Hamrick with a long pass. Melton out and makes it. He goes inside the Kings Mountain 20 and takes a hit there.
What a catch! He stretched it out for that one, and Eli Hamrick, what a first half. It's going to be at the 15, 20. They're actually going to spot it at the 17. Gain of about 30.
That was huge. Crest went from their from the Kings Mountain 42 now to the 17, and like you said,
25, yeah.
The ball was well in front of Melton, but he reached out with his arms and somehow brought it in.
The 1st and 10 is Crest looking to add to this 42-0 lead at the Mountaineer 17.
Yeah, already 42-0, and they could add more before halftime. A fake to the running back. What's Hamrick going to do? The defense is on the move, chasing him. He takes off running 15, 10, 5, knocks the tackler over, and he is out at the 1-yard line.
20 seconds to go. Maybe the 2, they're going to spot it.
But still a Mipolito first down.
Yeah, great job as Hamrick. Good coverage downfield, but that right side of the defense opened up, and he headed that way, trying to get into the end zone for that would have been his 3rd rushing touchdown of the first half. So it's 1st and goal from the 2. Crest trying to score for the 7th time in this first half.
That was the 10th Mipolito first down of the first half for Crest. 1st and goal, of course. Eli Hamrick again off the left side. He is stretching out. Did he get across?
Yes.
Yes, he did, just across the goal line. And Crest has got another Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. They've got 2 courses, Wolfman Run and Nobby's Revenge in their open daily.
3 rushing touchdowns for Eli Hamrick, 3 passing touchdowns for Eli in the first half. The first half, ladies and gentlemen, not for the game. In the first half, as Carson Greer is going to come out and try to make this a 49-0 lead. There is the snap. And Chargers a little motion this time ball for the first time. There's a snap. Greer's kick is up, and it is perfect. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard is Crest 49, Kings Mountain nothing. We're going to take a 60-second break on KTC Broadcasting.
4 generation.
We'll see. Farmer comes out, 4 receivers. You got 3 in a bunch here to the near sideline, and then to the far side, I believe, is Wakefield. And now pre-snap.
Burns is going to take I think Burns is going to ask for a timeout. They won't say what they need to do.
All right, Burns takes their last time out. We'll take it 2 back after this.
I think it was I'm gonna say it's McElhaney. I can't be sure. We'll have to find out later. But I'm thinking it might have been McElhaney. So that's going to bring on Cole Kelly, Maddox Kerrigan, as well as Landry Pruitt for the gutter guys of Kings Mountain PAT. Whichever wants a timeout first.
All right, we'll be right back after this message.
You guys having a party too? Yeah, just.
Give them a call at 704-484.
With 11.9 seconds to go in the first half at the Kings Mountain 19.
Yeah, that is, I believe, turnover number 5. Trey Albright's already sent me a few stats, Paul, and Eli Hamrick has already thrown for 230 yards in this first half and 3 touchdown passes. And I think Crest may want to go for another opportunity here, Paul, and I don't blame him.
Hamrick goes to the far corner.
He's got it. What a pass.
That's Melton, I believe. We'll double check it.
What a first half. Holy cow, what a pass by Hamrick.
Wow, everything's going right for Crest. A 19-yard touchdown pass by the...
That was Javion Hopper, I believe, number 19. Javion Hopper, 4 touchdown passes in this first half, and you're getting a mad Crest team tonight, Paul Foster. 55-0.
This is absolutely insane. And why not get Hopper involved? So
yes,
it was not Melton, it was Hopper. And Tim, back to you for the extra point.
Can he go 8 for 8? And he does. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It is 56-0, and we're going to keep it right here, Calvin, keeping it right here with just 3 seconds left. So, these first half stats are going to be crazy, Paul. We know Eli Hamrick has thrown for almost 250 through the air and 4 touchdown passes. He's run for another 3 on the ground. Think about that.
It's a huge showroom full of color.
At 8 p.m. each day. Come in, drop.
All scrap metal, non-fair.
For your scoring summary, Paul.
Yeah, it's going to take some time, and it's just been insane. I mean, you're already talking about you can't imagine this is not going to be a Crest victory, and we should have a running clock as well.
Well, Paul, we've seen the Chargers when they're hitting on all cylinders. We've seen that at times this year. We've also seen where they've struggled. Tonight they're hitting on all cylinders without a doubt.
There's the kick to Kings Mountain, and
that'll win the first half. Yeah,
very short gain down at the 32, and finally we go to halftime. What a first half for Crest on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Almost hard to believe. Crest 56, Kings Mountain nothing. When we come back, we'll move into the Gardner-Webb University halftime show. We'll take a 3-minute break on WOHS and KTC Broadcasting.
North and South Carolina.
Lincolnton touchdown.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Maybe they just saw something that just seems to be clicking on that left side. So good drive, way to finish it off. Gets that goose egg off the board. I was wondering if they're going to maybe go for 2, but now it worked the PAT team.
Grayson Silito, the freshman's on to kick the extra point. Brought to you by James River Equipment of Shelby. Snap, hold, kick is up. Good-looking kick. It was nice to be able to see one.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Because otherwise he's kicked off, and that's it.
Well, remember that game that we covered at UNC Charlotte against Corby, and that was their problem, was the snap. That was a good, firm snap. Got there quick, and then good timing, got the ball up. And so they are on the board.
Well, let's update the scoreboard here. Yay. There we go. 35-7 now. Clock's still running. Once it gets to 35, it just keeps running whether the other team gets it under that margin or not. So we're down to 7 minutes.
Well, good drive. A good way, like I said, if they do make the playoffs, maybe it's a little something to build on for next week. Again, trying season for the Eagles with some of the injuries, but first year varsity as they've been playing JV the last couple of years. I don't know. They don't need to build a new stadium. They can keep on up here, and we'll keep covering them.
Oh, yeah.
We got our own box.
Oh, that's awesome. And there's another couple suites next to us here. You've got the coach's booth, and then you've got where the PA announcer's sitting. Looks like they got a setup for miking up the referee as well. Silito kicks,
Live ball, boys.
and it's a
Still
live
live.
ball. Just out. It did roll out of bounds on its own, barely, just inside the 15-yard line. Yeah, it was close there.
I think this got right to the sideline and went dead. And then the Eagle player put the Lake Norman Charter player into the ball, and it went out of bounds. That's one of those interesting
I
calls.
think it hit out of bounds before it was touched, but
I think
barely.
I think he can pick it up out of bounds. You ever see that where they do that in some of the other leagues?
No.
If the player stands out of bounds and picks it up, it's considered out of bounds, which is like the most ridiculous rule I think I've ever heard.
How do you coach that? You see a ball out of bounds, it's like, okay, fine. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. The Knights are going to even their record at 5-5 after this one. And they may or may not get a home game next week. 9 through 24 will play next week. And if they happen to get to the 16th, they're good. And this is another new running back, number 7. This is Landon Martin carrying the ball. Walters got some carries on the last possession. Now it's 1st and 10. Gets right to the line again at the 45. 10-yard gain for Martin.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I think it's number 16, Miles DeMauro at quarterback.
Yep, so change there. And flag comes in as number 73 tackled. Let's see, that's Jackson Nichols tackled number 72 Colin Cooney right in front of the official. I mean, that was 2-point takedown.
Yeah, I think we thought we were in wrestling mania there.
Well, it starts here shortly too with the winter sports.
And I think we got a 42 down for the
and he's
Lincoln Charter.
Reaching towards his shin or his knee.
Well,
so
we can't give a name because we don't have a 42 on the roster.
Well, that's the second John Doe tonight. We're not sure who that is. And we'll be back after this quick timeout.
It's 1981.
All right, fans, welcome back. Woo, turn myself down there just a minute. Welcome to the Red Zone coverage here on KTC Broadcasting. See if I can turn that down just a little bit. All right, appreciate you tuning in. Got halftime and a lot of scores. Running down the scores real quick, we'll get Will and Dennis in here. We've got Andre Bush in here in the studio as well. Be sure and run down these scores. Figure out why we've got so much feedback there. But taking a look at the scoreboard, what we got currently on the big board, as you can take a look, we've got Shelby leading Burns 22-14. Crest up big on Kings Mountain, 56-0. There we go. That's better. We've got East Rutherford leading RS Central 14-7. Bessemer City holding on to a 20-19 lead over Cherryville. You got Lake Norman Charter leading Lincoln Charter 35-7. Lincoln Charter just got on the scoreboard. on that one. Lincolnton leading West Lincoln 14-0. Ashbrook leads Hunter Huss 9-0. Stuart Kramer shutting out East Gaston 14-0. No word yet on Forest View and North Gaston. Final score from earlier this week: North Rowan defeated Mountain Island 30-21. South Point up big on Ambassador Christian 41-6. It's Fred T. Ford leading North Lincoln 13-7. You've got no update yet on Patton and Chase as well. Got to find that one, check that one out. Thomas Jefferson up big on Bonnie Cone 28-6. You've got Drawn leading East Burke 6-0. No word yet on West Iredale and Bunker Hill. Hickory just took the lead on Bandy's 15-14. Bandy's was leading them just a little while ago. Newton Conover leads Baden 7-0. Final score from yesterday: Community School of Davidson shuts out Pine Lake Prep 42-0. No word yet on Christ the King versus Lane Tree Prep. South Stanley leads Albemarle 22-6. North Stanley leads Union County 42-10. It's High Brighton leading West Caldwell 36-12. Watauga over St. Stephen's, leading St. Stephen's 28-12. Alexander Central over South Caldwell 14-6, currently leading that game. Hendersonville leads Polk County 20-14. Mitchell up big on Avery 50-8. Mountain Heritage shutting out Owen, currently 14-0. No word yet on North Iredale and Statesville. Got Mooresville shutting out Lake Norman 14-0. Davie County leads South Iredale 8-0. Irwin leading North Buncombe 28-6. TC Robertson leading AC Reynolds 14-7. Inca leads Asheville 17-6. We have a final score already earlier this evening. Freedom defeating McDowell 31-28, and Allegheny shutting out Elkin 56-0. So that's a quick look at your scoreboard. We'll continue to keep that updated as we go. Most of our local broadcast games in or around halftime right now. We see Crest up big. Crest came out angry, and they have taken it out on the Mountaineers, shutting out Kings Mountain 56-0. Shelby and Burns, that game's still close. Last time we checked, 22-14. Shelby was leading that game. East Rutherford leading RS Central 14-7. Bessemer City holding on to a 20-19 lead over Cherryville. Lake Norman Charter in control against Lincoln Charter. I believe that game, not sure if I had a run. I thought I heard David mention they had a running clock in that one. Not sure if that was the case or not, but at least earlier in the second half. That game already well into the third quarter, maybe into the fourth by this point. That game's been moving along swiftly. So most of these rivalry games, with the exception of the Crest Kings Mountain game, obviously, that we've got broadcast, still interesting, in the Lake Norman Charter Lincoln Charter game. But Cherryville Bessemer City, that looks like it could go down to the wire. I'm sure Jawan and Brian are going to enjoy that one. East Rutherford and RS, that game still close. So we'll see if the Hilltoppers can hang with Philip Russ and the Cavaliers and that potent offense. They've been putting up a lot of points all year long. And Burns keeping it interesting with Shelby. They're still within one score. So as we bring Dennis Davis into the studio, Dennis, I don't think I really need to ask necessarily what game you were paying attention to, but anything else, looking at the scoreboard, if I think it's up there for you to see, anything really standing out to you, a surprise or anything just catching your eye right now?
Well, all I will say as far as the Crest Kings Mountain score is Admiral Yamamoto, after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, when asked about the success, said, "I fear that we have awakened a sleeping giant." And I think Crest realized in that third and fourth downs at Ashbrook that they basically handed the conference title and the championship to Ashbrook. Had it gone to overtime, Ashbrook had a great defense. Crest had a vaunted offense, and I would have loved to have seen the clash. However, we didn't get there by inches, and Will and I have been reminiscing about that particular game, and we came to the conclusion that coaching from the radio station is a lot easier than coaching from the field.
Yeah.
But had we been there,
right,
we might have done things a little bit differently. But in this particular evening that you're looking at, the Bandy's Hickory score is what stands out to me at this point.
Yeah, you and me both. I'm looking at the exact same thing. The fact that game is as close as it is, I'll be Ashbrook and Hunter Huss after what Ashbrook did last week. Ashbrook, I mean, they're leading, but 9-0 is not. I thought that'd be a little more stout than that. They could have used a lot of that, expended a lot of that energy, and they could be suffering a little bit of a hangover this evening.
Sometimes that can be a trap game. Bessemer City and Cherryville. That's a little surprising right here too. East Rutherford and RS, you knew that was going to be a slobber knocker as such. Lincolnton and West Lincoln, not that Lincolnton is ahead, but that West Lincoln hasn't scored at this point. That's a little bit of a surprise. The Ashbrook Huss score, as you pointed out, we knew Ashbrook was not a highly productive offensive team, but their defense holding Huss to nothing, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The question is, can they do that in the second half?
Yep.
They're good, but I don't know if they're that good.
Yeah, no, that's
South Point and the basically the Christian school that they're playing, I'm not familiar with. The score there is a little tighter than you would have anticipated because actually that other school scored.
Yeah, well, yeah, the fact that Ambassador Christian puts the points on the board against South Point.
Yeah,
now it's not at South Point, so at least they didn't start out 14-0.
Yeah, they're playing at Johnson C. Smith.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Okay. We got games playing all over college campuses this evening. They got
Lenore Ryan.
And Lenore Ryan, Johnson C. Smith. So
maybe we can get some of them to play at Gardner
I was about
Webb.
to say, we do have Crested Kings Mountain playing at Gardner Webb this evening. That would have been fun to watch.
They couldn't turn down a home game at the Brinkley Palace. There
you go. So,
yes, I said that, the Brinkley Palace.
But yeah, let me see if I can find some of our scores here or pull these up. See what I can track down for us here. There we go. We've got it. We've had upside down. This one's looked like the climbing up the wall.
It's just operator error.
There, that's apparently. So as we look at, you can see.
Well, Chip, now I'll defer to you.
Yeah. The Chargers extending
the lead.
You
have turned the football world upside down.
Not quite. Maybe just sideways. Chargers extending the lead 21-0 on this one, as you see. Yeah. Then we'll go to the next play here. The Chargers, with the third takeaway in the first quarter, they a lot of turnovers. I think they had 3 interceptions in the first half. And I want to say that by the end of the first half, I think I heard Tim and Paul said that Kings Mountain had 5 turnovers giving the ball back to Crest.
Well, this is an honest question, Chip, not meant in jest or in critique. What's going on at Kings Mountain?
Yeah, you're not the first person I've heard talk about that today.
I go back to the broadcast earlier when it was mentioned there was something going on the Kings Mountain sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if that could be the problem with Kings Mountain tonight, is there is some culture clash or something of that nature going on within the Kings Mountain sideline.
Yep.
And that has nothing to do with Crest. That would have to do with Kings Mountain.
Right. Yeah, you look at it right now, you look at the score, and obviously, Crest was amped up. We knew they would be after last week to kind of rebound from that. But combine that with, you wonder how much Kings Mountain, it almost seems like were their heads in the game. Were they even this is supposed to be a rivalry game, conference clash in the inter-county showdown, but you just wonder if they'd already kind of looked past the regular season and just were like didn't.
Or the other possibility was, how disappointed and let down are they?
Right. Yes.
That they had already lost some conference games.
Yep.
And even though they're the 6A team in the conference, along with Ashbrook, what did that do to their playoff hopes? Because, Chip, we've always said this about county games. Whether you're Burns, Shelby, Crest, Kings Mountain, you don't want to beat anybody, or you don't want to lose to anybody in that group because you have to live with those people.
Right.
They're your cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They're the guys that you go to church with. They're the guys that you see at the local hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
They're the guys that you talk with on the internet back and forth, and the fans too.
Yep.
That's what makes football in Cleveland County so much more intense than in some areas.
Yep.
Let's face it, East Lincoln, do they have a rivalry of that blood sport nature with any of the Lincoln County schools? No. Ashbrook and South Point would be the only ones I could point to in Gaston County.
Yeah.
And Ashbrook's taking care of that, 3 or 4 times in a row now.
I think you'd have you'd have a lot of people probably up in Lincoln County that make a big argument about their inter-county rivalries being, obviously being intense. But look at some of the highlights going back and forth. The Eli Hamrick, a couple of his TD runs. He said, if I understood correctly, I know he had 6 touchdowns in the first half, at least 6, maybe 7. I know he had 3 touchdown runs. I think he had 3 touchdown passes. And I don't know the last score that they had. I don't know if Eli was directly involved with it or not. So, anyways, there I've done my contractual obligation to mention Eli Hamrick for all of our big Crest fans out there.
Let me check that box for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So, but Crest up big, 56 to nothing there at halftime. See if we can find some of the other. Let me switch over pull the scoreboard back up. Let me see if I can switch over real quick. We'll get you back to some action here. I'm sure some of the second halves have already started here shortly. Let's take a look at some of the Crest, some of the Cherryville Bessemer City showdown.
Yeah, and that's closer than expected.
Yes, well, you can see the picture taken of the coin toss between these two rivals. Yellow Jackets taking the field. You see the band out there. There they go. Tear down the sheet. And hold on, upside down. There we got some. Now they refreshed. Let me refresh this page real quick. See what we got here. There we go. So here's our Ironman take their first drive for a touchdown. Javarius McElhaney with the score. See if I can get sound on that. There we go. Band in the background. McElhaney with the score. Cherryville takes the early 7-0 lead. And Bessemer City, beautiful catch there. Wow, over the shoulder. Look at that, Dennis.
It's like Kevin threw the ball.
Mm-hmm. Nice lead. Caught him right in stride. Nice catch. Yeah, crowd loves that at the Hive. Juwan Wilson and Brian Free bringing that game to you.
Hopefully they'll drop by the studio post-game and give us a little personal insight into that rivalry.
There's the Keon Smith touchdown. Extra point was no good, but that got Bessemer City on the scoreboard. Cherryville at that point led 7-6. Got behind the defense there. All right, let me flip the script here. There we go. All right, got that. That's Javarius McElhaney with the carrying score for Cherryville. No good on the extra point there, so they lead Bessemer City 13-6 at this point. About 9.5 minutes left in the half. Switch back over here, moving our next one. Keon Smith. Both teams going for 2 a lot. Keon Smith with the run, but neither one really seeming able to convert.
Oh, that's because I think the lack of a kick.
Yeah. So Cherryville at that point leads 13-12. 6:05 left in the first half at that point in the game. We got 2 different. So Walter McCoy with a touchdown catch, and then Jay Nowens on the 2-point conversion, taking the lead for the half. Bessemer City leads Cherryville 20-13.
Chip, you used to do the charitable games last year.
Yep.
This year's team compared to last year's team, what's your in general observation about charitable?
I still think that they've got a good amount of. Pull this. There we go. Go pull that one back up. That's Keon Smith's second touchdown for Bessemer City. I still like the number of skill players they have. I would really. I am curious about their. I'd be curious to see Jaden Daniels, their sophomore quarterback, kind of the leap he's going to make next year. I think next year's a key year for him, really taking control of that offense. This year they really kind of used Jackson Hebner as their primary weapon, and then Javarius McElhaney. They kind of, the two of them were a two-headed monster in the backfield. I can't remember what years they are. I can't remember if Jackson's a senior or not. That's something we have to ask Jawan and Brian about later on. But they had a lot of skill players this year that I really was hoping that they'd be able to kind of diversify the offense. And we saw that at times. We saw that in a lot of their games. They're looking at, let's see if I can look at their record real quick. We were talking about it a few weeks ago that they might very well, after a struggle last year, or kind of reestablishing their program last year with the new head coach.
Well, this brings out the next question.
Yep.
One of the glaring weaknesses of Cherryville over the years has been their lack of a number of varsity football players.
Yeah, just the size of the roster.
Yeah, they're some are playing basketball, which Cherryville's had some very good basketball. Some are playing baseball, which Cherryville's had some excellent baseball.
Yeah.
Football seems to be the third choice of a lot of Cherryville athletes.
Yep.
Do you see that changing with this new team and their increased success that they're having?
This will be my last comment, and then we'll get back to the football action. I would hope so. I think with Coach Bowman and it comes down to the culture and what he establishes. We always, if you talked about in the comparison I've used multiple times, and anybody that's listened to our show, anybody that's listened to the pregame or the postgame has heard is East Rutherford and rebuilding and what Philip Russ has done over there. If Coach Bowman can get that kind of buy-in from the community, and I think you're seeing that they want to see their football team succeed, so you're hoping that they can kind of do the same thing where you don't have to sit there and look at it and be like, we're a basketball school or we're a football school. You've got good athletes. Do both. If you got players that want to play. If they can beat Bessemer City tonight, I mean, that would be, and this is 1 year after finishing 3-8, they could finish 500 this year, and that's trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, we'll go cover the conclusion of this game once it wraps up. Let's get you back out to the action. We appreciate you listening. This is our Redzone coverage, and we'll get you back out to some of the games. Enjoy it. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Is Kevin coming back?
Got this injury timeout, and it's good to see Redmond getting up. Yeah. Bottom of the third, Dodgers 3, Toronto 1, Game 6.
Thank
the
you for
World
the
Series
update.
game. The
Burns is going to a wildcat type of formation.
I think that's Davis in the Wildcat.
And he walks in.
So Davis in 2 yards out, and the Bulldogs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this one up if they like to go for it. I don't know that they will with all this time left, but I don't see why they wouldn't. And that didn't take long, so Burns does exactly what they needed. They had 1:30 left in the first half, and they go down and score a touchdown in that little bit of time, then get the second half kickoff and take that in for a touchdown, and they go from 15 points down, and they're looking at going for 2 here to try to tie this one. Max Davis in the Wildcat from the 3-yard line. Low snap. And he's reaching it across.
Did not get it.
And he
Low snap, did him in.
So run fails, but the Bulldogs pull within 2 at 22-20 with 7:28 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with the Jam and Jay's Pizza Kickoff after this.
At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business insurance. Visit one of their offices near you, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4835 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 East Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at goallcare.com.
Numbers, tax, and bookkeeping touchdown run, 2-yard touchdown run by Max Davis. The Hojo Power Sports 2-point conversion was no good. It was a low snap, and Davis just couldn't quite get the momentum to get himself into the end zone.
He did a heck of a job of putting that ball out there.
He sure
did. The official standing on the goal line immediately signaled no good. I thought he might have had it. It was a great attempt by Davis.
Yeah, and he definitely stretched the whole body out. So maybe his knee hit. Jamie J's Pizza kickoff, and this is going to be a short directional kick. Somebody's going to have to come up and field that, and J.J. Williams does that to 30, slips a tackle, and now he's going to cut it all the way back to the Shelby sidelines at the 40, 45, 50, and across midfield, not out of bounds. Bodies are flying out of bounds, and some people wanted a penalty, but I think he was hit in bounds, and just the momentum carried him out. But it's going to be great field position for Shelby at the Burns 49, maybe 48-yard line. Let's see the spot. It will be the Burns 48. So Bulldogs claw their way back into it. They're within 2. And Shelby
needs to answer now.
See if Shelby can answer. Woods, the running back, 3 receivers to the short side, and they're going to hand it off. Actually, Farmer's going to keep it again. He's going to plow forward for 2. Made the defender pay for it as well.
Just short of the 45-yard line. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
He's kept it a few times and hasn't gotten it a lot, but he's gotten, just enough to keep him honest. And then they've had a good play call on 2nd down. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Wakefield, Collins, Roseboro to the right, to the far side, and to the near side will be Williams. Shelby taking a long time to get this play call in. And now they're set. 13 on the play clock. Ball at the 46 of Burns. Play action, pass out, complete to Wakefield. Nice tackling by Burns is going to have him about 3 yards short of the first down.
Was that Wakefield or Roseboro? It might have been Roseboro. Nope, you were right. It was Wakefield, wasn't it? 5 and 9. Kind of hard to tell the difference. You were right. I stand corrected, or as my good friend Chris Norton used to say, I stand observed.
3rd and 3 now. That was a 5-yard pickup. And now Farmer all day to throw, but now he's going to have to take it and run. He's going to be just maybe a yard shy of the first down. We're going to might have our first 4th down play of the night coming up.
Now it's going to be 4th and 1.
You just never know how they're going to spot that. He dove head first, but the guy came in and marked him a yard shy. Shelby's got the offense out there. They've got Nodine, Woody, and Hollifield in there to help block behind, and Farmer's behind him. He's the only guy with a chance, and Farmer's going to run right into the line.
I don't think he got it.
And they're going to mark. It's funny, the Shelby guy's marking him for a yard. The Burns guy, sideline guy's marking him for no gain. And
I think it's going to be short.
I do too. And Bulldogs are celebrating defensively. They think they've got the stop, and I think they do too, based on the spot. I think we're going to get a measurement, but I don't see why. I think
he's short by a half yard. That was a great, and the difference from the second quarter on, the difference has been Burns has controlled the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively.
A lot of the boo birds are out. I'm not sure if it's from the spot or from
I thought it was a good spot.
Yeah. Well, he went high, and he tried to jump up, but he got pushed back, and he did not get it. He's a half a football short. Bulldogs will take over at their own 39-yard line as they hold. And I'll tell you, that momentum is a curious thing, and we have seen it shift. And it's shifted in a big way as Burns has just dominated the line of scrimmage here in the last 8 to 9 minutes of this football game, maybe even the last 12 minutes of this football game. They've dominated. So Bulldogs trail by 2, but now they have the ball with a chance to take their first lead of the ball game. 5:23 to go, third quarter. And they have stopped the Golden Lions on 4th down. Dixon with Max Davis. He'll hand it to Davis. The ball's on the ground. Davis falls on it, but that's going to be a loss of 5 yards.
Fumble in the backfield recovered by Davis for the Bulldogs.
And that puts the Bulldogs behind the chains. It's going to be second and about 15, maybe 15 and a half.
Loss of about 5. It'll bring up second down and 15.
Nice to hear DA, isn't it? On the loudspeaker.
Well, David Allen on the PA tonight for senior night. And it's Halloween too, Jeff. Weird things happen on Halloween.
Weird things happen.
Usry out here on the near side. Donaldson to the far side. Dixon stays in at quarterback with Davis. And Dixon's going to throw it. And he's going to go one-on-one for Usry. And Usry gets behind Roseboro but dives and can't come up with it. It was a really nice pass.
It wasn't horrible coverage, just at the last second. Usry got about a half of a step in front of, that was Ramsor.
Ramsor, yep. So defensive back right now, it's Raper and Jaden Williams at the corners. The safeties are Ramsor and Kahari Corey. You got Brooks, Hollifield, and Nodine in at linebacker. Hopper and Crashawn Harris are your defensive tackles, with Gartner and Williams at defensive end. Third down and 15 coming up for the Bulldogs. Dixon's going to throw. Pretty good protection. They got the screen set up for Davis, but Shelby's all over it. Ramsor was the first one there. And that's going to lose a yard, bring it 4th and 16.
And so we had a turnover on downs. Now we're going to make like we're going to be followed by a punt.
So big series there by Shelby's defense, helped out a little bit by that kind of boxed handoff from Dixon to Davis. Back is Collins back at the 40, and Shelby thought a guy started running out there, and they're like, no, we've already got 11. Here's where you don't want to rough the punter, and Dixon gets the punt away. Nice punt. It's angled away from Collins. It's going to take a Burns. It's going to take a sideways bounce and roll that at the Shelby 31. Can't ask for much better. Punt it away and get no return.
36-yard punt, no return.
So that's our first back-to-back stops by defenses in this game. So some halftime adjustments perhaps by the defenses. Shelby will take over at their own 31-yard line. They lead 22-20. There's 3:38 to go on the third quarter. No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard. Farmer in the shotgun. Woods to his right. In motion goes Williams, and there's a penalty flag before the snap. I believe it's a false start on the Golden Lions. And now 5-yard penalty hurts Shelby. It'll be 1st and 15. And I didn't get the first half penalty yardage.
It was 44 yards for Shelby and 51 for Burns.
All right. I believe that's our first Shelby hitting an air penalty of the second half.
It is.
1st and 15 now from the Shelby 26. And Farmer's looking to throw. And he's got time, and he completes it to J.J. Williams. And he breaks free.
Wow.
Briefly.
Yeah, Williams was dead. He's going to be about a 5-yard gain. It turns into a 14-yard gain, so it's going to be second down and 1.
I think they were trying to strip the football, and he just pulled
got
away
from him.
Yep, and got almost a first down. It's going to be second and 1. So Williams with a great second effort. That's his 4th catch of the ball game. And handoff to Woods. He's got the first down, and he's across the 45 to about the 46.
About a 6-yard gain, and that's the first down for the Golden Lions in the second half. It goes with 2:54 left in the third quarter.
So fresh set of downs as he carries it to the 46. And that was the first carry the second half for Jonas Woods. 2:47, clock running. Farmer to throw. Gets good protection. Now he's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw on the run. He's got a man. It's complete to Collins on the sideline.
Right about 5 yards.
And you know what I like there is Collins came back to Farmer to make the catch when he was running. Now flag comes out late from the Burns sideline. And the only guy over there for Shelby was Collins with all kinds of Burns guys. So let's see what happened here. Roseborough's down with an apparent cramp or something. Now the white hat, let's see what he signals. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, Shelby.
I don't understand. He grabbed the ball, he ran out of bounds with it.
So unless something was said over on the sideline after he made the catch.
So that's now 2nd and 20.
So it's a 5-yard pass play to Collins, and then you got a 15-yard penalty.
Dead ball.
Yeah, dead ball. 15-yarder. So that's 2 penalties this half by Shelby, and we got ourselves, what did you say, a second
and 20, yeah.
So that's a killer with a dead ball.
I'll tell you what, let's go ahead with another commercial here, and we'll do our...
Yep, got a short injury timeout for Lorenzo Roseborough. We'll be right back.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Alston Bridges Barbecue is now open 10:45 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday. One of life's most difficult times. Carpenter
and preserve your financial future.
That to Ashbrook, 43-7.
They really did, and we did have a personal foul call, Paul, after the play on the Mountaineers. It'll back it up to their own 24-yard line. J.M. Robinson, Paul, just destroying Northwest Cabarrus tonight, 56-6. That's going to be a very dangerous team. South Point beat the Ambassador Christian 48-18. Remember, that Robinson team, Paul, was the one that eliminated the Mountaineers out of the playoffs last year in round 2. That's going to be a dangerous team that will get home games. Remember, those top 5 seeds in the 5A West are really good. It's going to be a battle down the stretch.
Clock running continuously, 8:42 to go. Crest 63-0.
There's a handoff. A couple of new players in for the Mountaineers, gain of about 6. Let's see who got the carry that time.
Elevate the Hilltoppers here a little bit. So we'll have to see what kind of situation that Elmer Littlejohn is in after that being shook up on defensive play. So he's back in the shotgun. 2 players there. Guzman off to the left, but Littlejohn keeps it. He has a little bit of limp to him, Coach, as he's running. And he carried it across the 50-yard line down to the 47 of East Rutherford. It is the 48. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Hilltoppers. Split to the left, split to the right. We're on the right hash as they're moving from our left to right. They're defending the scoreboard, the Hilltoppers are, and the ball's handed off. It's handed to Guzman, and he carries the ball inside. And, you know, Coach, if he'd have kept that ball going straight ahead, I think he'd have had the first
He
down.
almost had it anyway before he tried to break out.
Yep, and he rolled, and it ended up that they marked the ball back where he rolled. So that's actually going to – he gained maybe a half a yard. No, it doesn't look like it. Right back to the original line of scrimmage. I don't understand that because he did pick up some yardage.
He did,
on that.
yeah.
And they have marked it back to a 3rd and 3 for the Hilltoppers. Ball snapped back, and it is kept by Little John, who carries it across
limping
the 45-yard line.
But we
down
have
inside
a
the 40.
Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
I have no idea what that might be.
It was thrown in the interior. It's got to be a holding call.
But it was thrown from the defensive area, so I'm not quite sure. You're probably right, but
face mask.
Face
mask
mask
against East Rutherford. Missed that one, Coach.
So that's going to be a 15-yarder against the Cavaliers, and takes the ball all the way down to the 24-yard line. And that is a David Norris for district attorney, first down.
I'm sleeping on you, Coach.
So here we go. Little John back in the shotgun. He does have a noticeable limp when he is running. The ball is handed off to number 0, and that is
C.J.
Sparks. And he carries the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line.
We got another penalty. Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
That is a hold against the Hilltoppers.
Move them back to the 34-yard line. Oh, excuse me, 31-yard line. Yeah, 34.
Absolutely. So that's going to bring up a 1st and
20.
19 or 20?
Got to be 20.
It's got to be 20, yes, sir. Here we go. 1st and 20 for the Hilltoppers. And that was probably close to a first down.
Oh, a bad
play.
Snap before
bad
this
snap,
ready.
and Little John picks it up, carries it back across the 35-yard line. It's kind of a lost play there.
Premature snap.
Yep, snapped it before he was ready. This right here is the time that you've got to focus.
Right.
Because you're in the 4th quarter. You can't afford those mistakes. It's one score difference, and you've got to answer. You have to answer right here because there's only 9:36 remaining. And thinking for the Hilltoppers, looking from their perspective, they need to burn the clock, but they also need to score.
Right. That's scoring's most important right now.
Yes, sir.
That
Ball's back. It was
late snap.
Late snap this time.
Put them both together to perfect.
Yep.
It's going to be another 5-yard penalty.
That's going to be another 5-yard.
That is another Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
They're just, just kind of self-destructing right now. I don't know if that's a new center or what, but I've not seen any interior linemen have to come out. So Little John's back. That brings it to.
All right. Jam Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff returned up to looks like the.
Yeah, Jordan Ussery, pretty good return up to the 35.
So that was a 6-play, 69-yard drive, took 3:16 off the clock, and that makes it 29-20, a 2-score game. So Burns got the stop on 4th down. They went 3 and out, so trying to restart the offense here. As try to draw them offside, but now going to reset.
Starting at 5:30, and for that.
Yeah, Dixon back in there at quarterback.
So Dixon claps the hands, gives to Davis straight ahead, and he'll drag some tacklers with him and get 3 yards, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, a little power run there. Max Davis.
So what yard line they start on? 35?
Yep.
And that's going to be the fourth quarter coming up. Shelby with a 9-point lead. You're listening to Burns Football, brought to you by West End Sales.
Main Street Hardware in Lawndale is your one-stop shop for everything you'll need to prepare your yard for the growing season. Seed, mulch, pine bark, spreaders, and more. And they carry the best Case knives, Milwaukee tools, Georgia boots, Valspar paint, and Red Max yard equipment, plus rocking chairs. But don't take our word.
Do right there, because all he needs to do is get behind Weston Bowers, and that's what it's designed. Weston lines up as like a wingback, but he will oftentimes lead McElhaney or the running back downfield. That was a good job by the offensive line for Cherville as they stood still. Bessemer City jumped, knocked one Ironman lineman down. That's going to be 5 yards against the Yellow Jackets, so that's going to be 2nd and 2.
Yes, sir. That's going to be another Pete's Fish Box penalty against the Jackets. Clock's back running. 55 seconds left on your Malarkey Mr. Sparks scoreboard as JJ takes the snap over middle. He's got room, and that's going to be a medical center pharmacy first down after a big pickup there, Brian.
I tell you what, when you have Weston Bowers and Justin Harris both leading you on the block, you're going to get some yardage. Bowers comes in at 6 feet, 230 pounds, and Harris comes in at 6'1", 240 pounds. So you got two nimble brick walls running through for you to run behind, and it has benefited the ground game of the Ironman very much so. So it's first and 10.
Yep.
And
that was
the
a
ball's
medical center pharmacy first down by J.J. McElhaney.
Ball's on
as
the
they bring
16.
in Proctor. He takes a direct snap, runs it up the middle. He's got room. He's got a little more room.
Yeah.
So Proctor, he gets down under those big guys.
Yes, he does.
It's hard to see him sometimes.
And Proctor, I mean, you hit him, man, you're gonna pay a price because he's strong.
He's a strong kid.
He is a solid
He's a shorter kid, but he's a strong kid.
Yeah, he is, and when you hit him, you know you've hit something.
All right, they're gonna let this time tick out in the third quarter. Cherville's now up 35-27. On your Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We're going to come to the fourth quarter, and we're going to bring it back to you after this message.
There's lots of things going on in Cherryville. Be sure to check.
The Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers have to have a stop here, Coach.
Definitely.
If they don't, it's pretty much.
There's not going to be enough time to go 2 scores. Well, you never can say not enough time.
I know.
It's going to be tough to go 2.
It would be really tough. So here we go. It looks like it's going to be a direct snap to Pinkerton as he has 2 backs to the left, and now he has 3 backs to the left. And he does take it and head to the left, and he carries the ball down to the 31, it appears, which is going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Maybe a little over 3, long 3. Or 4, short 4, long 3, whichever one you want to say. Oh, gracious, Chad, you're breaking me up. You need to call Chad, though. He's a good video man.
Definitely.
All right, we got the polecat now, the lonesome polecat.
All right. We have a timeout. That is a Raymond James Financial timeout. That's East Rutherford timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Kohl's Carpet and Flooring since 1989 has been family owned and operated, providing affordable quality flooring. Kohl's has a huge showroom full of colors and styles.
He's hurting a little bit, so we're going to have a timeout, injured player timeout.
All right, we'll be right back after this message.
Right in Michael Mole for Cleveland County Water Commissioner. Again, Michael Mole is a write-in candidate. Michael cares deeply about the people of Cleveland County and wants to continue serving you with integrity, dedication, and common sense. He has served over 27 years for the city of Shelby at the water treatment plant and served as water treatment plant operator. So on Tuesday, November 4th, write in Michael Mole for Cleveland County Water Commissioner. This announcement was paid for by the candidate, Michael Mole, thanking you for your trust and support.
4 generations. Now think about that. 4
Train warranty on new purchases and future repair.
So as Ian Queen comes on to attempt the extra point to try to make it 28, we have 6:46 remaining in the Meeple Bledo fourth quarter from the Raymond James scoreboard. Snap, hold, kick. It's good.
It's good. That is a Jamie Dunn for Rutherford County Sheriff extra point.
That brings on the Raymond James scoreboard the score for East Rutherford 28. Score for RS Central 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Friday Night Football on WAGY 107.5.
And they are going to get that extra, that 15 yards, because he was out of bounds and he threw him down.
So it's a 10-yard pass play to Wakefield, and then it looks like we're going to tack on about 15. That's always tough over on that sideline. You get every time a guy gets tackled, you on the wrong sideline, that crowd goes crazy. And they're going to mark off 15 yards against the Bulldogs. That's their first penalty here in the second half. Penalty sponsored by Shelby Heating and Air.
So 1st and 10, Shelby is on the Burns 42. There's about 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
4th catch for Wakefield tonight. And it's going to be a play action pass over the middle. Wow, he faked me out, and now some way extracurricular activities going on.
The only thing that Shelby can hope for is it will be offsetting, because the Shelby player threw a Burns player down, but then another Burns player came in and shoved the Shelby player down, so maybe it'll be offsetting. Otherwise, it'll be a 15-yarder on Shelby.
I don't get that. I mean, our guy came in after the play and just totally annihilated a guy who was standing there defensively. Now, Burns retaliated, but there was no call on the retaliation, as they called a 15-yarder on Shelby. It was a 7-yard pass play to J.J. Williams. And you hear the Bluebirds out there because
and that's the bad one, because it's a dead ball foul, and it's going to be 2nd down and 19 now.
and they're going to throw it, and all day to throw over the middle is it's dropped by Collins. Wow, the sure-handed Collins drops one, and that would have gotten a lot of that yardage back.
The service specials in the service department.
We have another penalty marker down?
I don't think so.
Illegal procedure, illegal motion against Shelby.
Yep, there was legal motion against Shelby. So that play didn't happen.
No, legal motion, you can decline it.
Okay.
And they will.
Just the 15-yard penalties against the goal lines have been killers tonight.
Motion penalty is declined. It'll be 3rd down and long.
3rd and 19. Shelby got to get down to the 32 of the Bulldogs.
And Farmer's going to step up. He's going to throw it, and he's got him. Man, it's dropped.
It's off his helmet.
Off a Raper, and then the defender kind of helped knock it out, but that would have been a 1st down had he held on to it. So almost 2 drops in a row on the Golden Lions, and they had been short.
It would have been a really good catch, though, if he did make it. And now, for the first time all year, Lorenzo Roseborough is into punt.
I don't know what Shelby's got to do, but somehow they've got to find a way to quit the 15-yard senseless penalties because it has killed them tonight again on an unsportsmanlike conduct and then a unnecessary roughness after the play's dead. And this punt's a good one by Roseboro. It's going to be down inside the 20.
32 yards on the punt.
So Bulldogs will take over at their 19, but they again have a chance to go take the lead on the Golden Lions. So up to those last two incomplete passes, Farmer was 22 of 23 on the night.
And those two were basically dropped.
Yep. But at the wrong time of the night to drop. And it's a close game. So Burns takes over. 10:20 to go. They trail 29-27, but they got 81 yards to go to pay dirt.
Second down for the Jackets. 2nd and 13.
There goes.
And he's going to be brought down right at the line for no gain.
Justin Bowers and Jaden with the tackle that time, Jaden Adams.
Harrison Adams on the tackle for the Ironman.
Good job.
And we're going to take a break.
And Jaden, yep, we sure will.
All right.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during the clearance sale.
That's going to bring up a 4th down and appears to be 4 yards. And there's no way in the world they can punt this ball.
No.
With 4:16 remaining in the ball game.
Got to get the first down.
They have to get the first down. Normally I'd say Little John needs to carry it, but I'm not so sure this time. He is going to carry it, and he's run down because he couldn't get the speed up to get around by number 4 for the Cavaliers. And number 4 is?
It is Eli Roof.
And Roof makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to turn the ball over to the Cavaliers. That puts them in command right here with 4:03 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo 4th quarter. Hilltoppers are trailing by a score of 28-14 on the Raymond James scoreboard. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers.
It is, and that is going to be a David Norris for district attorney first down.
So here we go. We'll have to see what the Hilltoppers have up their sleeve to try to get that ball back. But I would say that the Cavaliers are in driver's seat right now, Coach.
Yes.
So the ball's back, and that ball is snapped to Flynn, and Flynn takes off, and he's off to the races, Coach. He's inside the 25-yard line, down to the 24. You're going to mark it at the 24. Man, Coach, I like to say, he looked like he didn't land until he got to the 22, but they're marking it on the 24, and I don't understand that.
That's where he started his downhill spiral.
But he wasn't sliding.
I know.
He wasn't sliding. He went head first, and that ball ought to be on the 22. But
that is
Norris
for district attorney first down,
and it is for the Cavaliers. So here we go. And the ball is snapped, and it was direct snap to Brandon Pinkerton, but there was a penalty flag on the field.
Carolina auto finance penalty be illegal procedure. Back them up 5.
Back them up 5 and bring back a 1st and 15 for the Cavaliers. And that precious time is clicking off the clock. 3:33 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo 4th quarter with the Cavaliers ahead 28-14 on the Raymond James scoreboard. So Pinkerton takes a direct snap, and everybody that was all set to the right came to the left and started blocking. He did get back 5 yards at least.
Yeah, I think we have an injured player here. He got caught up in trash.
Yeah, and I think that's 2 of them laying there. I'm not so sure which one is hurt. Yep, and that appears to be Brandon Pinkerton staying down on the ground. And we're going to take a break real quick with Friday Night Football at WAGY 107.5.
Call Wilson Septic Service for bad smells or slow drinks. They're the company with the most experience keeping systems clean and customers happy since 1962. From septic pumping, inspections, repairs, installs, and holding tank rentals. Wilson Septic Service does it all.
And he makes good reads.
Takes on a tackler and then driven back, but not before he gets another 5 yards.
Oh, what a juke move, Romello Wells. Looked like he was going to be lost or stopped for a short game, but made something out of nothing there.
So he gains 4, and it's 2nd down and 6.
It's like Ussery is up on the sidelines over there, so that's a good sign.
So hopefully it was just a cramp. Seen a lot of them come down with cramps tonight. And clock moving, 7:48 and counting. As Dixon comes to the line of scrimmage, gives the call. A lot of beef. They go heavy to the left side.
Davis in the backfield.
So man comes in motion, and he'll get the football and see who that is.
It's Wells.
Wells, and he'll get 5 more, 3rd and short. Wells up to 95 yards in the ball game. And clock still moving, 7:22 and counting. Big 3rd down here. 3rd down, and we'll call it 2. So I think I got to adjust that.
Yep, you called a big-time play here. Burns may take a timeout.
Let's see. Play clock at 16, so they've got time. Heavy to the right this time. Shotgun Dixon. They'll try Davis through a crease, taking on tacklers, dragging them. 1st down Burns.
Nice run. Max Davis took it right up the middle. Another good power run. How about you get him for there, Tom?
3 yards.
3 yards. And like you say, enough to move chains. And more importantly, this clock is rolling. 6 minutes.
All right, fans, thanks for tuning in to our Red Zone coverage. We're going to wrap things up this evening with our Red Zone coverage. We got a few minutes before we kick off with the full Thought of Power Sports of Lowell post-game show. We've got Will Boykins in the house, Dennis Davis. Coach Steve DeGree will be joining us. He's going to have a great game to be telling us about with Burns and Shelby. So we will cut off our Red Zone coverage here. We're going to be back in a few minutes, start our full Thought of Power Sports of Lowell post-game show. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. We'll be right back in a few minutes.